All right, here we go with batch number 2, coming from the hot brooder to the cold brooder. Batch number 2 of 2023. That one looks like it has a good bit of salon blood. This one's got a little bit of white in its breast. I think it may be off of the little Colombian colored pullet that has a little layer blood in it, and the really nice F2 Easter egger stag from the old line. Here's a bearded blue chick, not fibro. Very few of these are fibro. I left most of the fibro chicks in the older, in the hot brooder. Little game cross rooster, I believe. Here's a little bearded pullet. Little layer cross. I think this is a salon, like maybe 25% or 12.5% salon and 25% gray. Got some nice coloring. I'm not sure what any of these are really. A little straight comb, dark rooster. Looks like it may be off of the layer blood. Another layer blood. Another little game cross, I think. I put a little game blood in these birds to try to make them a little stronger, a little tougher, a little more disease resistant. Here's a little fibro. And it's hard to see the fibro on the camera. A real small little Bengal chick. Got a lot of birds here with a lot of black on them. Not crazy about the black. I would prefer the duckwing type colors. Here's one that's kind of got a little bit of lighter color to it. It's similar to what I sent home with Jamie Horton, a little gold rooster and some kind of dun colored weird looking pullets. Not sure exactly what the color of them is. A little black bird with some white spotting on it. Got several of those this go around. I'm trying to move away from that color. Get more of these duckwing types, wild type coloration. This one here looks like it has a good bit of gray or salon blood in it. Here's a little rooster, yellow-legged, probably a game cross. Earlier in the season, I had an older F2 gray cross in with my game hens. Not the same rooster I have in now. There's a little fibro. I meant to count and see how many of these I had in here. I forgot. I guess I can go back and watch the video and count it. Another little stag there. So sometimes people ask, how do I say at this age, what is a stag? If they've got black feathers, right in here, or a lot of black in this area, they're usually going to be roosters. And this one right here doesn't look like he has any fibromyalanosis, but looking at his face, he looks like he might have a copy of it. So a lot of time a yellow-legged bird or a white-legged bird that has only one copy of fibro, you won't be able to see it but in the body, but you can maybe see it in the beak right there. So they may have a copy of fibro that you just don't see. And judging by his structure and everything else, I think this is one of those game crosses. I believe that's probably a pullet, but some of them that have a lot of gray blood in them or a lot of salon blood in them, you can't tell by the black in the breast because they may not have black in the breast until they get older. They may have a lot of a lot more color to their breast. So you see this little black feather right here. This is most likely a rooster, and I think this one is one of the game crosses, so half game and some of the other Bengal blood. Now this little bird right here, I think this is off of the old Bengal hen, which is out of old One Eye. She's fibro and bearded, bred to the gray F1. Look at the color in that pattern in that breast. Probably a pullet, maybe a rooster. I don't care either way. It's a keeper. I've had some of these strange colored birds coming out this year. It's black. It looks like it hatched extended black, but it has some wild type coloring on its wings. One of the others, come here bird. A couple of the others have a fair amount of that wild type coloration on them. You see it right here. They're not in this batch. I left them in the hot breeder for a little bit longer, but I'm not sure what they are or where that's coming from. I've never seen that in birds before. There's another one that's a mate to that one, I think. Just a chicken. A little fibro. Pecan. That might be one of those game crosses. The fibro F2 Bengal that I had over my game hens at the beginning of the season is pretty game looking. He looks like a game chicken except for, well, a few things. I think that's a fibro pullet. I really believe that's a pullet. If you want to know how to sex chicks at this age, you look for shiny pointed feathers right in this area. And if they have pointed feathers right here, they're definitely a rooster. I think that's a pullet though. This one here seems to have a fair amount of Ceylon blood. Look at that. Pretty. And last but not least, whatever this one is. Some of the feathers right here in the back of its neck makes me think it's definitely got some gray ancestry, but who knows. Anyways, that is batch number 2 of 2023. Moving from the hot brooder to the cold brooder. See if I can get them to move down a little bit. Get a little bit better look at the whole crowd. Get them a little food. I was trying to find my food pan. It's right here. Well, I've been breeding from this rooster here. He is off of the gray F1 rooster right there, and that bearded hen right in the middle of the screen right there. So that's his mom and dad. He is a full mate to this rooster right here. Just took more of the black genetics from the dad. The dad is half gray jungle fowl and his mother is a black chicken. So this one here got more of the gray genetics, less of the black genetics. This one took more after his daddy's mama's side. And as you can see, he's very dark. Got quite a nice purple sheen. But I wanted to show you something. If I can. I don't know if I'll be able to like this. All right. Can you see the yellow shafting on his breast feathers? They're not exactly what you would call lanceolate breast feathers, but they're not a normal short round breast feather. They're kind of intermediate. The gray jungle fowl is where the lanceolate breast feather comes from, and the domestic chicken typically has a round breast feather. Also, there's a little bit of some strange markings going on his hackles. He's got the yellow shaft in his hackle, which is normal for a chicken, but it's some gray genetics. And if you know what you're looking for, sometimes you can see it. I'm not sure if he is fibro or just gypsy faced. I've had him in a pen with a black hen that's I think a sister to him. She's a gray F2 and lays a green egg. She's a really pretty bird, just like he is. Now he's a little bit shy on account of him just being turned out today. And he's getting bullied by all these other roosters you see. They're walking around trying to show him who's boss. So I turned him out so that I could make room for these right here. I've just moved these out of the cold brooder onto the ground. They're the first batch of 23. And they're enjoying themselves out here scratching around. This year, all of my brood cocks are either Ceylon F1, Gray F1, Ceylon 2, or Gray F2. Excuse me, Ceylon F2 or Gray F2. So everything I'm hatching this year is at least 25% either gray or Ceylon jungle fowl. And at most, I think I should have some chicks on the ground this year that are 15, 30 seconds gray jungle fowl. So approaching half, but obviously never get to half. Except for, I could possibly, but I'm not going to. I can have some that are half jungle fowl off of this boy here, which is the Ceylon F1, and the hen way in the back right there, which is an F2 50% gray hen. I've shown her to you guys, but I don't know how many of those I'll hatch. She doesn't lay very well. So anyway, there we are. All right, Whitey, go get him. Hey, Spider, go get him, Spider. Watch that squirrel. Y'all watch that squirrel. There he goes. Watch him. Watch him.